What's up, YouTube? Hey, man, we gonna jump in on a little Durk shit, man. Know everybody got their stuff to say, that everybody got their input on how young niggas should move, and so I always make my comments on how, you might be moving sloppy sometimes, or, just by how music and the world's going today, how they let a lot of this stuff trickle off the street, especially it's real sad when you see the millionaires, when the people, they make it out and then they still doing stuff like they still there, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of it can be due to product of the environment, hard to change, still things still happening to them that forces them to dabble back into that type of lifestyle. I don't know. I don't live like that. I don't know what it's like to lose a real close friend, a family member, to streets and shit like that. So I'm not gonna judge, but we are gonna sit here and listen to other people judge. So that's what I'm about to do. Jump in here with this man Joe Budden. He's about to tell us his point of view, and then they gonna go do some back and forth on what they think he should do and how and why it happened. So we're gonna do a little quick let's check it out. Let's check it out.
I was saying we praying for Durk, and it must be hard to come from where he come from. What'd you say? What y'all was saying?
Yeah, all that.
We said all that.
Right there.
Said it's by design.
You about to go in.
Okay.
Next topic.
You don't have an opinion?
I have quite a few opinions, but I don't know if this is the room for them now that I've heard y'all. Maybe y'all are right.
No, wait, hold on. No, nigga. No, you can't
Give your
get away with
opinion,
that.
huh?
No. Because niggas that say something crazy, it still fall on you.
I don't think nobody said nothing crazy.
I know, I'm just saying.
You might just differ in opinion.
I'm threatening niggas to say something crazy. That's what I'm saying. I'm just bothering you. But I want to hear your
I think
opinion.
this shit is stupid. I think this shit is stupid, and I'm not gonna sit here and Durk came from where he came from. He'll have his day. He'll have his day in court. So we'll see what part he has played in any of this. But that to the side, like I was telling J1 earlier, King Von and
Quando, young boy
beef wasn't over nothing. It wasn't over absolutely nothing. So it start there for me. I ain't got to get into where everybody came from and what we seen and what we witnessed and who shot and who got killed. Y'all niggas don't be fighting over nothing. That was nothing. So now for that to escalate to the shit we witnessed in the parking lot with Vaughn, and it was going to be carryover from that. We saw Rondo reach out to fucking, what's that, Big U? We just seen him, we seen him for a few years look afraid for his life. We seen this all. So, I mean, I don't want to hear, we know too much. These niggas is putting it in songs. These niggas is putting it on Instagram Reels.
That's true.
These niggas are detailing and laying these things out. And the cops always been online since online been there.
That's
True.
They watching. Like, niggas at some point have to hold themselves accountable for the part they play in a designed ecosystem.
I agree with that.
All right. I get what Joe's talking about. I understand what Joe's talking about. Everybody got their different points of view on why things happen. And I believe it's two sides of the coin. You can always have a positive side. You can always have a negative side. There's no in between when it comes to, killing each other and shit like that. So I like to hear both sides. I don't think Durk will want to do no debating, because he basically probably looks at it like, you out of touch. You don't even really understand why it is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the way something is after it's already been that way for so long. So I just like hearing different sides, and this is Joe's side. But he does have Jadakiss' son on here. He's gonna give his points of view on what he thinks from a younger dude's vision and how he sees it. he ain't doing what Durk's doing, so he don't even really know how deep it is. But he's gonna give his points of view on why he think it's shit. It's the way it is. So let's get back into it.
That's what I'm saying. So this is real unfortunate, and these are some of the same details that came up in the YSL case. And these are some of the RICO lady down there said, "Yo, we coming with RICOs now." Like, if that didn't send a memo to people, hey, we are aggressively targeting y'all entertainers and rappers that are blurring the lines with your companies and your street ties.
I'm on the other edge of this.
Have at it.
And the only
I'm mad I even got to come in here and talk about some of this shit.
But the only reason I'm on
That is Jadakiss' son. Y'all know who Jadakiss is? He was with Rough Riders. Is it the Locks? Dopest MCs of his time, of any time. But he's giving us a different version on what he thinks of why Durk and younger dudes are doing the things that they're doing now. And he got some points.
on the other edge of this is because we seen, like, from the older artists, right? And we seen and experienced, they not like that, they're not like that, you feel me? And we always hear this, that artist not like that, they not on that. Now you see in a generation where artists are actually doing the things they saying, and it's like, now you have the older artists saying, oh, them niggas are stupid. But for years, we heard y'all calling each other out saying, oh, he ain't on that, he ain't like that. And there's no guidance. There's no, yo,
True.
don't do it that way. Let me show you how to do it. The only person who tried to do that is Wallow. And he was not even able to give guidance because he's in a position now where he can tell you where everything already started. There was no artist that took none of the younger artists from when they came in and was like, yo, hold on. I've been down that road. Let me guide you and show you how to switch it around. And that's why I have a disdain for, I would say, some of the older artists or the people on social media judging how everything's playing out, because you got to remember, we all around the same age, at least me and these artists. There's no, yo, little bro, this ain't how you do that. Like, you feel me? They wait till it happen and then chastise us.
But a lot of times the young niggas don't listen anyway.
Niggas will listen to an old nigga who's coming from a, like, where it feels sincere. When it don't feel sincere and it feel like you talking at us, then you're gonna get that pushback.
So how do you deliver a message if I'm speaking to you from what I know and my experience, and this is the way I know how to convey the message? Why take it so personal instead of absorbing the knowledge? I had niggas do that to me where at a young age I took it personal until I realized, like, nigga, no, he was just, that was the way that he conveyed his message, and I should have listened, because he ended up, whatever he said ended up happening.
No, I feel like it's two ways to answer that. Like, one, it's hard to listen to a nigga who you feel you may have more money or motion than. That's
True.
one.
Real quick, Wallow did give a lot of game to a lot of these dudes that's from Young Thug to Durk to King Von. Yeah, man, the list goes on. Look up Wallow 267 on $1 million worth of game. He talked to a lot of these young dudes that's either dead or in jail or going through some court shit that they shouldn't even be going through, and he made sure he kept it real with them and told them then while they on the show, you don't want to do this. You want to try to stay out here, stay free, take care of your family, all that. But you know, it's hard to tell somebody that's already going down that path, that's way down it. So Wallow was trying, but I mean, shit. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know how somebody's gonna take the message as long as they got it. But he tried. Look that shit up. Yeah, that's for real.
That's big.
Two, and it's how the message is said and the tone in which it's conveyed. Like, it's always, like we had this conversation last pod. It's the tone in which a person addresses you and brings it to you. Like, I would say, from how I've seen it, and we've seen different interviews where older artists be like, oh, these niggas are stupid. It's how they say it. The only one we really seen come from a place of, like, it sound like they cared sincerely was Wallow. And we seen them do that with Thug in them and with Durk in them. It's really a matter of how
I don't
you
even
say it.
like you saying that. By the time it get to Wallow, something is wrong.
No, by the time it got
Right.
to Wallow,
No, that was my point. That's
we
what I'm
might
saying.
already
It really
be-
was in motion.
It's already too far gone.
Murdering niggas.
Yeah, you coming to Wallow to promote your album. You're coming to Wallow to do a podcast. It just so happens he gonna give you the good
give you
word
the old head good
while you're here on your album rollout. That means that this shit that's been in play, the problem has been in effect. I don't know what all this shit y'all saying has to do with senseless killing to me. Like, it's just senseless now.
Yeah, I don't think you should need 50 Cent to come and
Yeah,
say, don't pay people to murder people.
Nor do right? Like, oh my God. But if somebody got to say, yo, don't rent a car in your name and give it to somebody to kill somebody, we pass mentorship.
That's true. Not just that.
We pass
If you a
mentorship.
real,
One. And two, you talking about it's hard to respect niggas when you got more money and more motion. We've had this talk up here before too. What they're doing in the streets today is going off how many bodies you got. So now you asking, listen to what you asking for old OGs to do. You asking for us to go and insert ourselves in the fray of niggas with 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 bodies.
Yes.
Who is volunteering to do that?
at 18, at 19
Who
years
is
old.
volunteering to do that? Not I.
And I think with Jake, I'm not disagreeing with what he's saying because that's happening, but this ain't about hip hop. These people were already in this life prior to becoming rappers, I'm assuming. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
about hip hop. So, like I said, these is niggas that's in the jungle, bro. When you in the jungle, you gonna live by jungle rules, and that's what they doing. So I don't want to blame this on no old head hip hop artists and think that they are lacking in their ability to, you know what I mean, get a message across to young hip hop artists. This ain't about hip hop to me. This is about inner city shit that's going on all over the country.
No, I'm not placing the blame on only older artists.
Exactly what I'm saying. It's already happening. You don't know how deep it already is. You really can't give game to somebody that's basically in war. They just happen to make it. You can't really, it's hard to give game to somebody like it because you don't even know what they're going through. You know what type of trauma that they're dealing with on a daily basis because it already happened. Prior to you giving me game or whatever the situation is, you don't know what happened. You don't know how they're dealing with it. You know how upset they are. You know what I'm saying? So game really ain't gonna help. You gotta catch them early. You gotta catch them before any of that shit happens, and that's the hard part. They gotta live there. So you know, you don't want to say it's too late, but sometimes it can be too late. It is what it is. Everybody don't make it.
Artists, I'm saying like just in our culture overall, like you feel me? Like it's all hip hop was based on the principle, really off the streets. Like you feel me? Everybody had to be the toughest, the hardest, and then it got to a point where we start seeing niggas really living their raps.
But there was a lot of niggas back then, real quick, that was doing what they doing. A lot of them is coming home now. That was living like that. It just wasn't on the internet, and they did it different. It wasn't braggadocious. The rappers pretended to be the guys that they watch do it, right? They pretended to be that guy. So they were around that. They were around them niggas that was catching 10, 15 bodies, but they were just acting like it was them. And
50 got shot over Ghetto Quran.
Up here.
no, we don't sound like no.
Sound absolutely.
No, we agree with you. Senseless killings and stuff like that, man. What's the next step? We agree. You coming from a standpoint to me like, yo, nigga, he gonna have his day in court. It happened. You niggas put yourself in that position. That's how I'm receiving your message. Yo, y'all niggas put yourself in that position. You should have known better.
Deal
and
with it.
That's how I'm taking your message. So that's why I'm talking on the other side of it. If you don't mean that, I apologize. You know what I mean? But that's how I'm taking it.
I see all angles of it. I see all angles.
I agree. I understand what you're saying. You're not wrong, nigga. Like, nigga, this shit is over nothing. This shit is stupid. Niggas got a lot of money. You niggas made it out the hood. Why the fuck you niggas is killing each other, shooting each other, senseless killing? I'm with you on that as well. I'm
You
with
ain't
you,
even
Joe.
killing
But
a
then-
nigga in your backyard. You hopping a plane.
No, but bigger than
You
that.
boarding a plane to go and shoot in broad daylight
Yes.
by the mall in LA. By the mall.
I'm with you.
Stop, yo. At some point, adults got to start sounding like adults. I don't want to hear
I agree.
this Teen Summit shit y'all talking
I agree
about.
with you.
The same thing when them niggas got the busing right by the Renaissance Hotel in LA, broad daylight. Broad daylight. My same point about Casanat in Union Square on a Friday, on a much different note, exists here. No, you can't just grab a gun and start shooting in broad daylight with people that don't have nothing to do with your beef, your anger, your hurt, your hood problems, your I'm a demon, I've seen too much, so now I'm a demon. Nigga, then go move that shit somewhere.
I agree with that. And if you're going to do that, this going to even sound
Niggas
worse.
been doing that since the beginning of time.
This
And
shit-
that's the point.
this shit
In
is
they
crazy.
hoods and they jungles, niggas is doing that. You might not do that in these white people neighborhoods because you're going to get caught. Niggas give a fuck over here. You know what I'm saying? But not just that. If you got enough money to get a nigga killed, get a nigga killed the right way.
Get the ninjas.
That's going to
Dog,
sound bad.
It don't cost
It's going to
nothing
sound
to
horrible.
get.
He's right. I mean, if you really want, if you gonna speak on it, if you gonna do it, I was thinking the same thing. Why are you sending your friends? I mean, I get it. You don't want nobody that you don't know or you don't trust to do it, but come on. You can't just send the guys. You know what I'm saying? You can't send the guys. They gonna fuck it up, man. This shit was all fucked up. Them niggas was shooting all wild, fucking wild west in the middle of LA. Like motherfuckers ain't about to get hunted down. Like you crazy. You crazy. This ain't the 90s, man. But I know.
Get somebody
I know.
killed, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be associated with it in no way, shape, or form. It's not going to be no ID. It's not going to be no rent-a-car. It's not going to be an airplane ticket. It's not going to be nothing that can
Damn sure you're gonna
remotely
be a
come
rap
back.
about it.
That's going to
That
come back
part.
to me. It's
Y'all
not gonna be
forgetting
nothing.
we're talking about niggas who don't come from the greatest education system and not
that's an
that
excuse.
smart.
I take the other side in that argument.
I take the other side too.
I take the
If you're a
total.
legitimate street nigga, niggas in the street was getting niggas murdered at 17 and 18 years old in a manner that they didn't want to be tied to it.
Yeah, Durk dad is his dad. Like, he probably has had the greatest education on the effects of what this does.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
You had a front row seat. I'm just sick and tired of us. And again, I'm not really talking about him because he'll have his day in court. I don't know. I don't know nothing about none of that. They're going to have to try and tie that money, whatever they're trying to do. And I certainly ain't about to say it to help no case. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just tired of seeing young, black, successful people, get the opportunity
And lose it.
like that. Like that. Because of where we came from and the things we've endured and experienced. At some point, somebody has to break the cycle.
But wait.
All in all, I be saying it all the time, even though I ain't street and I ain't killing nobody, I ain't doing none of that shit. Just a regular ass motherfucking old dude to go to work, come home, hop on the PC, do shit like this. Young niggas, man, you have to be smarter, man. A lot of this shit don't go nowhere. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. I don't understand why you think it just, I don't think you even understand the gratitude or the punishment that's coming. Everything that you doing it for, which would be popularity, girls, fame, all that shit, you don't get none of that when you get caught. And it's always short-lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you doing, all the killing, showing your guns, all that, the drugs, whatever it is that you're doing it to be cool or whatever reasons that you got for doing it. But remember, when it comes down, all that shit is gone. Like, you don't get none of that shit in jail. You don't get none of that shit where you gonna end up. So is it really worth it in the end? That's what people need to understand. Yeah, you might have a little benefit in the beginning or during, but at the end of it, is it really worth it, bro? It don't never be worth it, bro. Everything you doing has an ending. Everything has an ending. Every beginning has an ending. If you start off doing all the crazy shit and you like, man, I'm about to turn up on them, I'm gonna get all this money, I'm gonna do da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, you get that. You might go hard and get that. But the course that you're going comes to an end, and when it ends, everything that you work for, everything that you accomplished, gets taken away. All the girls, all the money, all the clothes, cars, everything that you worked for, everything that you did all that shit for is gone. And you got an orange jumpsuit, tan jumpsuit, some bullshit ass flip-flops, sitting in a dirty ass cell with somebody stinking and shit all day. I can't, the risk and reward don't balance out. If that makes sense. The risk and the reward never balanced out for me. It should balance out for you. So young niggas, I'm telling you now, if you don't do nothing, take this Durk situation and anybody else situation, niggas that got shot, killed, all that, take that shit as a lesson, bro. Really, at the end of the day, I can't speak on why Durk do what he do. I can't speak on why other niggas do what they do. Don't worry about why they do it. Look at the lesson and what happened after they did it, the consequences of it. A lot of people see when they doing it and they go, oh man, that look cool. Man, that nigga, man, he's that nigga, man. He's doing his thing. He popping out here. He's popping his shit. He got money. He da. Yeah, all of the journey was fun, but then look at the consequences of what he got because of what he did. Leading all the way up. Was it worth it? Was all of that worth it? You tell me. I don't know. Easy, I'm out.